Hello, blended learning leaders. My name is Dixie Valdez, and I am the UTeach PD manager. Our blended Byte for May is all about screen sharing videos. So I'm going to give you some background information on what they are, why you should be using them if you're not, and some tips on how to get started with them. So why should you create, or what are they? Screen sharing videos. Let's start with that. Right now, you are watching a screen sharing video. I happen to love using my Zoom account to create videos like our blended bites, where I record myself sharing my own screen in a Zoom session to deliver information. That's essentially what a screen sharing video is. The reason that you should be creating them, if you are a blended learning educator or if you work with blended learning educators, is really focused around student-centered learning and how these videos can support that and grow student autonomy in your classroom. It also ties in a lot with personalized learning. So one of the things that we know about screen sharing videos is that they help you to provide instructions in a quick and easy way for stations, online modules, or anything that could be a complex task. We know that in the classroom, there's definitely more students than there are teachers, and using screen sharing videos really helps to multiply the teacher, if you will, so that students aren't having to come to you constantly to get directions again or to understand what they're supposed to be doing. They provide flexible and concise delivery of information. So a lot of times when you create a video, you can get right to the point and you're not going to be distracted so much. And if, let's say the doorbell rings or your phone's going off, you can stop the video and start over so that all of that kind of, noise, you don't have to put in the video. You can make it to the point and exactly what the information that you want to share with your students. Again, personalizing instruction. This is huge for screen sharing videos. Utilizing these videos allows you to deliver the content that your students need for whatever they are trying to master. I walk many blended learning classrooms, and I love seeing when teachers create instructional videos and students access them during their, reading or math time. And I can tell, for example, I was in a first grade classroom and I knew that a student was accessing a screen sharing video that was created by a kindergarten teacher that was focused on a kindergarten TEK or standard. So we had this first grade student who needed to be caught up in a certain skill, and she was utilizing an amazing screen sharing video that she had access to during her station time. And I thought, what a great use of time for that student. Now, the whole class doesn't need to use that standard or master that standard, but this child did. And so she was really getting what she needed. And the best, or one of the best things, is it frees up you or the teacher to be able to facilitate and meet with students either in small group or in one-to-one settings. Some quick tips for optimizing video instruction in your blended learning classroom with these screen sharing videos. Keep them concise, 5 to 7 minutes max. We do not recommend creating a screen sharing video where you are delivering a 45-minute content lesson. That's going to be way too much and you're going to lose your students. Keep them very concise and targeted on what information you're trying to deliver. And 5 to 7 minutes is a good marker for time to keep people's and students' attention and make sure that they're getting exactly what you're trying to communicate. Include your voice and image when possible. I know most people do not like seeing themselves on video and they don't like hearing themselves either. I completely get that. But your students really do enjoy seeing you on the videos. It doesn't have to be every single video. You don't have to do that every time. But when you can, please include your voice and image. It really does engage the students on a different level, and it will help support a stronger connection between you and your students. Have video ready slides to support your visual learners. That's exactly what I did here. As I was going through the content for this month, I thought, you know what? I really need to have a good visual aid to communicate what I'm trying to share out this month. So I went into Canva and created a simple slide deck, just 3 or 4 slides, bulleted out what I'm trying to communicate. It really will help speak to People who are not maybe necessarily very heavy with auditory learning, they need more of that visual stimulus. And you can get as fancy or as simple as you want, as long as you're concise and you're communicating the content. And use a tool that works for you. There are so many different screen recording tools online. I love Zoom. I think it's very simple and easy. I use it all the time for different purposes to create videos. There are other resources like Loom, which rhymes with Zoom, Screencastify, ScreenPal, and there's just tons out there. Do not feel like you have to use them all. Just find one that you have access to, that works for you, and use it. Add assessment questions. So as you get more and more skilled in your screen sharing video creations, you can start to add assessment questions embedded in your videos. And I cannot do that in Zoom, but there are different platforms like Edpuzzle's very, very popular with a lot of our teachers. Screencastify, Play Pause It, Quizzes, and those are all free. Also, practice, practice, practice. So the more you practice at creating these videos, the better you will get. Also, I would recommend practicing before you record, just talking out loud and going through your content before you record to kind of help prime you. And also reach out for help. Our team loves to support our participants, not just during the course, but also once they complete it. Do not feel like you cannot reach out to our facilitators if you have a question or need to be pointed in the right direction. If you're not sure who to contact, you can always email us at pdinfo@uteach.utexas.edu. We would love to hear from you. Emily Jones, one of our facilitators, she knows so many great resources in our blended learning resource library. And I know that if you're looking for a certain choice board or an example of a certain type of video, whatever you're looking for, I bet Emily can help us locate one of those resources at least in our blended learning resource library. So make sure that you reach out and we would love to help you.